Hello, everyone. I am Dominic, and this is my first news live stream involving the craziest yet newsworthy things happening throughout the week. One of them is obviously in development as we speak, going on in Turkey. We'll be talking about that very soon. So first major thing that has happened. This is from Right Wing Watch, and I first saw this on the Secular Talk YouTube channel, so I want to give them credit for that. It is Satan using Pokemon to spawn demonic powers and murder Christians. Very, very interesting indeed. I will just play the audio snippet from Rick Wiles' radio show, and then I will make my opinion about that.
These Pokemon creatures are like virtual cyber demons.
Yes, digital demons.
Digital demons. Now, so this is where this starts to get weird. If it's not weird yet, it's going to get weird. So this morning, Doc and Edward and I are in an editorial meeting. We're talking about the topics for today's program. And Pokemon Go was one of the topics.
Right.
Now, this is before the police officers showed up.
Right.
We're talking about Pokemon Go. And Edward and Doc said, Rick, we're gonna present to you a really far out idea about Pokemon Go. What if this technology is transferred to Islamic jihadists? And Islamic jihadists have an app that shows them where Christians are located geographically.
Now, you may say, well, how is that possible? Okay, but there's a reason why we ask that.
Yes.
Because the game itself reveals something, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. So after the police officer told us that this man that we saw Friday on our property riding around our building holding his phone.
A grown man.
40-year-old man on a four-wheeler, riding around our building suspiciously, holding his phone up like he's photographing our building. Then the police officer comes back and tells us, look, I solved the case. He was playing Pokemon Go. Now this is why in the office today we all did a triple take looking at each other, because the theory that Doc and Edward presented to me this morning before the police officer came here was, what if we find out that Pokemon Go is primarily, the demons are primarily being located inside churches? Well, guess what? They downloaded an app in our office. We stood here and I watched them do it. They downloaded the Pokemon Go app. And lo and behold, there is the True News office. There's the outline of our building. There shows you see where it would be exit doors, windows, and inside the True News building was a virtual cyber demon. And what this man Friday was trying to find was the Pokemon demon that had been placed inside the True News office.
Now you may say, okay, so you found one, but why is it significant about somebody else getting this information?
Well, because if this technology was in the hands of the wrong people,
right,
and you designated all the churches, and you could even take it so far as the homes of the pastors, the elders, the deacons, the Sunday school teachers,
right,
the youth pastors, you could have a phone with an app that would lead you to the physical locations of these strong Christian leaders.
And what we found was startling about where these Pokemon congregate.
So Edward and another employee jumped in their vehicle and took off. I said, go check it out in Vero Beach. Edward, you were gone for a couple hours. Tell us what you found. This is Vero Beach today. What did you find?
Well, we found the churches in our area were all portals. They were points, rally points, where you could go, put down a bought bait, or basically this is where you can go to find and capture these demons. It's on the app. The app will lead you to that church.
When you drive around Vero Beach, Florida, with your Pokemon Go app open, are you telling me that the cyber demons that have been placed by this game in Vero Beach, that they are primarily located in Vero Beach churches?
Yes, the ones I found were in churches, hospitals or medical facilities, and malls.
Hospitals, shopping malls, and churches.
Right.
And we weren't the only ones to find this. The original tip we got was that 70% of the actual locations where these rally points are located are churches. There's actually a big joke going right now on these tech forums of mostly secular atheists, folks are into this kind of thing, and they're joking. Well, look, the app is bringing people to church.
Okay, I see two things here. Number one, the enemy, Satan, is targeting churches with virtual digital cyber demons. Now, you may say, well, it's a make-believe object.
Well, it's believable enough to got a 40-year-old man on a four-wheeler driving around looking for one.
And most likely he would have come in this building had a door opened up. See, we've talked to locations where people have gone into churches looking for these demons.
Yes. Yeah.
They're going into the churches looking for this Pokemon cyber demons.
And in case you guys are thinking we're just making this up, there are articles in mainstream media that say that churches are rallying points for Pokemon Go.
I would tell you this: if you should download the Pokemon Go app, I wouldn't keep it. I believe this thing is a magnet for demonic powers. Drive around your city and see where the Pokemon demons are located. You will find that they're in the churches.
Yeah. Not a lot of people that I know are like, they like I hear that and I'm like, what? Like, what? You know, I want to, like, where does this come from? You know, it does surprise me. Like, where does this stuff come from? And you know, it's stuff like this that definitely makes Christianity look bad. I mean, they're so concerned about the whole Islamic jihadist thing. Well, you know, I don't think it's a problem that many of the Pokestops and gyms include churches and things like that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's actually a gym right outside, Poke gym right outside my church. Thing is, at the time when I discovered that, I was not at a level 5 yet, so I couldn't take advantage of trying to use the gym yet. I'm right now halfway through level 4. Yes, I know I have some work to do, but you know, back to my, you know, back on topic. This is the stuff that makes Christianity look bad, and for me, I consider myself a moderate liberal, but a Christian as well. If you were to put me on a scale, I would be, if I were to go to Secular Talk or Young Turks or anything like that, I would fit in when it comes to liberal ideals, but I would literally be the most religious person there. I do consider myself very, very spiritual, not religious yet. If you put me next to them, I'd be the most religious person ever. If you put me in a conservative group of people, I would obviously be the liberal person there. I would be the blue dot in a sea of red. That's what I always say. But I'd be the least religious person there. It's weird. I'd be just in, but cyber demons. They're digital. They're ones and zeros created by man. They're Pokemon. They're somebody's imagination that was put, in a game, in trading cards. It's someone's imagination. Their intentions is all positive. I don't see anything negative about Pokemon. They're just like stories, TV shows, but trading cards, the video games, and now there's a just a game where you have to go outside and move around. Then there was the 40-year-old guy. Well, Pokemon was very popular 20 years ago, like in the mid-90s. It was big in the mid-90s, and then it kind of leveled off a little bit, but now it's come back again. You're going to find many people, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, that have always been interested in this stuff. Now you're gonna see them out and about. There's nothing wrong with that. And you don't have to go inside the building if you find Pokemon. You have like certain, like you're here, and like all the Pokemon within this area you can try getting. You don't have to be like right at that specific spot. And then the other thing they said that it will allow these people to go into churches. I'm like, isn't that what Christianity is about a little bit? I don't see anything wrong with people going to church. I don't understand the whole internal church mentality. It will work for your loyal congregation, but once you lose that congregation, you're done. That's how many churches go away. My church recently had that problem, but now we are starting to go outwards. And people like him, like when many of these secular people, many of the atheist people, whatever, they come out and they say, "Oh, this is blah," and I get that, and they have every right to get mad. I'm not saying they shouldn't have a right to get mad, but it's like, if you want to lead by example kind of thing, and this is not the right, I don't think this is the right way to go. Now, on to the next thing. This is with the ever so infamous Donald Trump, and I want to give credit to CNN here because I'm using their site. Mike Pence will be the running mate, the official running mate with Donald Trump. Now, I have talked to many Republicans that are not Trump people. I know many Republicans who would like Rubio, Cruz, and Kasich. I'm not a Republican, but I would definitely feel comfortable with Kasich. But Donald Trump won out, and yeah, he picked Mike Pence. Doesn't make me like Donald Trump any better or worse. Any better or any less doesn't change my opinion about Donald Trump, and it kind of enforces Donald Trump's mentality, ideals, by putting Mike Pence as the guy going as number 2. Interesting. CNN says here the pick set up a stark clash in styles. A brash presumptive nominee with a tendency to freelance into controversies along a cautious former congressional leader who's stuck close to conservative orthodoxy since starting his career in talk radio. As I'm saying this, my browser tabs seem to crash, but yeah. Mike Pence is the one who, with the state of Indiana, tried passing a very, very aggressive anti-abortion bill that not a lot of people liked, but was, I believe that passed. I'll have to definitely look into that later. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment. But then there was the religious freedom bill that a lot of businesses got mad at him for, and he was only then, when it came to the money, when it came to the businesses, the big businesses who said they would boycott the state if this would pass. Then he added an amendment when it came to added an amendment to the bill to kind of offset that. That's Mike Pence. That's the VP. That still, I've talked to many Republicans. They're still not happy about that, about Mike. And they're still not happy about Trump. And with the conventions, I don't know why I can't think of that. With the conventions coming up very, very soon, we'll have to see what happens. There is another little news article, or another little thing I have to add on about the convention, but I will get to that later. Now, the third thing, major thing that happened this week, many progressives do not like don't like this happening, but Bernie Sanders officially endorsed Hillary Clinton a couple days ago on the 12th, and doesn't surprise me at all. I don't necessarily feel betrayed. But many fellow progressives do. And I get that. I do not consider myself burning a bus. I have some thoughts about voting for Hillary Clinton or voting for Jill Stein, one of those people. I don't necessarily feel very, very comfortable with Hillary Clinton. I'm not proud that Hillary Clinton is the nominee, but it does not surprise me that Bernie Sanders would endorse Hillary Clinton and a variety of things like that. Doesn't surprise me at all. Now, when I was watching a Facebook live stream on Bernie Sanders endorsing Hillary Clinton, many of the angry emojis were floating around, and some of the people were like, "I want my contributions back," or Bernie Sanders is a sellout. I mean, come on. I mean, it's the biggest come on kind of thing, and I get that. I get that. But like Bernie Sanders has said many times, I also do apologize for some camera issues. You would work. Come on. Well, let me. If you can just hear me through audio, Bernie Sanders, said, congratulate Hillary Clinton on winning the Democratic nomination, and obviously, when I was watching the video, he wasn't. It seemed like that Bernie Sanders wasn't. Like, it was hard for him to say that. I mean, he wasn't probably, jumping up and down, whatever, at supporting Hillary Clinton. But, I am one of those people, where I'm not a burning or bust person. I've been criticized. I've been criticized for that. I actually, during volunteering for the Bernie Sanders campaign, I helped win the state of Michigan, but Pennsylvania, New York, they were very, very bad things that happened for our campaign, and I saw it escalate downwards, and I thought I thought the Achilles heel was Pennsylvania. We needed Pennsylvania, and many other people were overly enthusiastic, which I get. They have every right to be enthusiastic about that. But I just hopped along, and it's like, okay, let's win New Jersey, let's win California. Well, we didn't win New Jersey or California. Well, if many people are complaining, well, you wanted to stick till the convention. Well, if we won New Jersey and California, which we did not, okay, yeah, then there's a justification for Bernie Sanders sticking to the race till the convention. But we did not win either of those states. And then you basically don't have the right to be hauling along. I mean, I officially ended my volunteer work when we lost California, but I am not surprised of the endorsement. It's not the world's best thing, but it's something that I don't like to hear. I don't want to hear, but it is the unfortunate truth. Obviously, something I don't like, but something that can definitely, let's say, well, let me back up. One of the, I think what Bernie Sanders should do now, instead, and is what he's exactly is, he is doing, and he should focus on it, and the Bernie or Bust people should move their focus, is from the presidential to local elections. He is, and that, to set up the revolution for long term, long term. It definitely needs to be set up long term, because when we move on to local elections, if we enhance power to state representative, state senator, governors, city council, all these other smaller positions, and we can get more progressives, more liberals, or just more people in general that don't take big money. You don't have to be a liberal or progressive to have that position. When it comes to big money, because I know that the big money in politics is a bipartisan issue. We can move on to that. I'm one of those people. I might run for state representative in 2018, depending on what happens in 2016. I don't necessarily consider myself ready, but if I were to run right now, and if I were to win, I would be like 21 and 2 months old. And I believe that would be the record for state representative in the state of Michigan, but I'm not going to run just to break that record. I would run because I'm ready, in addition to the issues on hand. I want to talk about this more. I probably would, think of some more crazy things in my mind, but I want to go to a small commercial break. I will be back in about 2, 3, 4 minutes, and stand by. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're back. Alright, we have some small computer slowing issues. I will definitely try to fix all that. As far as I know, the stream on their end, or the quality might not be the best. There might be some buffering issues. I do apologize. Now, back... what's going on in Turkey. Now, this is also from CNN as well. Remember, all the links are in the description to the websites that I'm using. And a lot of stuff has happened in the last forever. For the last couple of hours, there's been an active military coup going on in Turkey. And a lot of stuff has happened, but as of right now, which could change depending on what happens, it doesn't seem to be going in the favor of the military. The military are trying, or some parts of the military are trying to take over. In Istanbul, the official main government has seemed to be taking more control in Istanbul than in their capital city, Ankara. I didn't want to butcher the name, but as far as I've received, we're not getting a lot in Ankara, but we're getting a lot in Istanbul. And in Istanbul, the vast majority of people have gone to the streets, ordered by the president, to go on the street and interfere with the soldiers, and in doing so, the police, who are more in favor of the president, are now starting to do arrests on the soldiers. There's also reports of low-flying jets and military vehicles, things like that. There have been shots fired, but now we are getting reports that the coup has failed. This is all CNN, all CNN here. I just want to give them credit, but this is definitely an ongoing thing. But it seems like now, after a couple hours, the coup has failed. As far as I know, the people who were involved didn't necessarily, as far as I know, didn't do it right. Starting off, they were flexible. That's what I'm being told. It's obviously ongoing. There have been shots fired, a lot of military, like helicopters, jets going around, and it's still as of right now, it is unclear who is in control of Turkey, or in complete control of Turkey. That we will probably find out tomorrow. Stuff like that. Now, on the next topic here, I want to make sure that this loads correctly. Every time I go to a new tab, the camera does freeze a little bit. I do apologize for that, but I seriously thought this was a joke. Reporting from MSNBC, GOP convention: toy guns are banned, but real guns are not. Now, they said here, Cleveland officials said Wednesday that they will uphold the right of protesters at the Republican National Convention to carry firearms, even as they expressed opposition to the state's open carry laws. Speaking to reporters in advance of the Republican National Convention next week, both the Cleveland mayor and police chief of Cleveland were bound by the state laws allowing people to carry guns, even if they disagree with them. Now, I want to make something very, very clear. It's around the convention site, not inside the stadium or the arena. I'm sorry, and it's not inside. These rules do not apply inside the arena, but outside of the arena, there are zones where people can do protests or whatever, and officials have banned a variety of items inside the broad zone, including water guns, toy guns, knives, aerosol cans, rope, tennis balls, and others. But people are allowed to carry guns, like open carry, pistols, AR-15s, semi-automatic weapons, rifles, etc. But what they end here, tennis balls are out, but bullets are fine. It's interesting. I was talking to my dad today about this, and I told him, around the convention center, where they're going to have protest areas, they're going to allow real guns, open carry real guns, but not toy guns. He was like, what? My gosh, that's, many people are like, what is going on? Many people are like, oh, the GOP have finally lost its head. The GOP lost its head when Donald Trump was the presumptive nominee, even before then. Even before they lost their head, I still disagreed with them on many, many things, but it's quite interesting indeed. I'm curious to see what's going to happen, because many reporters have said they're going to actually wear bulletproof vests. It might get crazy. I can't make any predictions on what's going to happen, but if you have to carry a bulletproof vest in a political party convention, there's some problems. I gotta point that out. There's problems. I am dropping frames. I'm sorry about that. Going on, I'm going to move on to the next thing. This next article here. Also curious to see if CNN give them credit once we start. The encoder starts transitioning. It's the attack on Nice in France, involving the truck. The truck running down many people, and as far as I know, it's about 77 people have died and 202 people have injured. I'm sorry, 84 people have died and 202 people were injured. I did see a video recently of the start of it was like police officers were like, stop, but then it started going really fast, but then it kind of just went off, and you didn't see the truck anymore. Very, very disturbing indeed. The person involved, his name was Mohammed Olivier Bougel. I think I butchered his name, but he took a 20-ton truck. He rented a 20-ton truck and just ran people down like a coastal road where there was a lot of people watching fireworks. The fireworks have ended, but then and then he just decided to do that. As a result, there's many concerns about that, but and the state of France have issued a state of emergency as a result, and well, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see for more investigations involving that. But that is the last. Also last thing after like 2 kilometers of driving, he did go out of the car and start had a assault rifle. Or some kind of gun, and started shooting at people and police officers, but he was eventually gunned down, and so as a result, that ended, but a lot of people have died, what frustrates me the most is that feels like there's just terrorist attack after terrorist attack after terrorist attack, especially in Europe. I believe there was one in France just like a month ago or something. I have to look into it, but a lot of people are going to be upset. I don't know if how people will react. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, people are reacting to it. But on that, I know, very sad note, on that note, I'll have to end my broadcast. Thank you guys for staying, watching, things like that. Do forgive me, this is my first time doing a news broadcast. I'll definitely do one next week at 10 o'clock. See what happens in the next week. But I do want to, thank the appropriate news outlets for, the information. I do not obviously own any of that stuff. But on that note, I will see you guys next week. And and on that, Dominic out.